if you're watching this, you have purchased our beer, and we are very grateful.
Yeah, we got you here with the QR code for the this new release we've got here, the Eddy Pack. We've got 4 new IPAs tucked away in here. We kind of wanted to walk through them with you and tell you what you're getting into.
Packaging team nailed it here. I think they're in order for us.
That's good glue right there, as long as you open the right end. Now watch me drop all 12 on the ground. I hope there's a prize in here at the bottom.
This is as good as Christmas morning when you're a 40-year-old brewer. Like, I feel like this is it. This is the pinnacle.
I've always loved the hoppy variety pack. I like a lot of IPAs, so getting into one of these and just, you got some tried and true and you got some new fun stuff to try out for the first time. So yeah, it starts off, my pack opened up with Aussie Eddy. So Aussie Eddy is our flagship beer here at Big Grove. It's our #1 seller. 6% ABV, just tropical and juicy.
Oh, I just never get tired of this beer. It's just, I feel like you find just fun little nuggets, just pear and pineapple and man.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's always, walking around the brewery and smelling this is always just a good day. You walk by the canning line, you can just smell the Eddy in the air, and it's always a good time. But yeah, Eddy's been with us for a while now. A lot of you probably know it, but it's just been a big seller for us and a favorite of ours, and we've kind of started to take some Eddy concepts, some Eddy ideas, and kind of grow the brand a little bit and spin some concepts off of that. So we rolled out a couple of new Eddys this year. I think the next beer in here is one of those.
Yeah, I'm a former inhabitant of the left coast. I'm always pretty pumped to get a good, big, bright West Coast IPA, and in my humble opinion, West Eddy does not disappoint. Sorry, I gotta move on. Stop enjoying my Aussie Eddy.
It is a very comfortable day out here. It'd be easy to actually not do this video and just sit here and drink beer. West Eddy. Yeah, you brewed. You were in San Diego for a little bit, in Vegas, brewing at some breweries out there.
Yeah, nice and dry, Vinny style, big hop character. Yeah, we got some of the, what do we got? The old school and the new school in here, kind of.
Yeah, so West Eddy we rolled out earlier this year. I think it was February, but kind of took some inspiration from hazy style IPAs and some of the newer ways of making IPA, and tried to keep some of the old school West Coast vibe too. So we've got a mix of new school and old school hops in there. There's some heavy Centennial and some Strata in there, both of which we're lucky enough to get to hand select, kind of with this project in mind.
Oh yeah, I love the way those, just the way that Centennial, the Strata, you just get, it's like there's like a stone fruit, there's a dank, it's just.
Yeah, there's a little dash of Chinook in there too, so you get a little bit of that old school like pine and dank, but you also got the Strata. It's a really bright, fruity hop that's kind of laying on top of all that.
I love it. It's nice and dry and lingers, and
a little bitterness, a little bit more IBUs. Eddy's like super crushable. It's 6%. There's not a lot of bitterness in the end of it. West delivers a little bit on that West Coast concept, where there's some hops in the kettle there, bringing some IBUs at you, but it's nice. It's not overwhelming.
So makes you want to throw up the dub.
You're not West Coast.
Put a little West Side connection, maybe.
I've been drinking a lot of this lately. I love the aromatics on it and the way it drinks. It just drinks really well.
It's super crisp. Nice big hop punch to it.
Such a beautiful day out here. A little breeze in the air, 80 degrees, sun shining. Just need a kiddie pool we can put our feet in.
We gotta get them to add to the marketing budget for that, I think.
I think there's they probably use one for doggy day or whatever they call that. Oh. So, this is a little baby of yours here.
Oh man, I am excited for this. Remember when we tried it right off the Bry tank? It was just freaking so bright, so fresh. And I remember looking at you and being like, well, it's a bunch of hops I love, so I love it. You know, like, hope everybody else loves it as much as I do.
Yeah, it was ripping right off the tank. When I say that, I mean it was like, sometimes when you get these beers that are so fresh and they're so heavily hopped with some, you know, this has got Galaxy in it, the Aussie Eddy. It's just like, it's popping. You get a little bit of green there sometimes too, where it's kind of like, it just got an edge to it. And this beer in particular settled into a really nice spot over the last like 10 days. So I think it's going to be drinking excellent.
Yeah, what do we got? Galaxy, we got some Enigma in there. Got a little bit of New Zealand Nectaron in the dry hop too. We figured Aussies are a hospitable sort. They would let a neighbor in.
Well, yeah, and speaking of Nectaron's like one of the hottest hops right now. We haven't been able to get a lot of it. We've gotten a few boxes here and there, and I think we had a few available to us, and we asked Chad, our sales director, and he's like, bring everything you got.
Yeah.
Like, put it in there. Let's see it. Bring that Nectaron. So we throw some in there.
Yeah. So should we unload the cannon? He goes, unload.
Oh, yeah. That's, I mean, I love Galaxy. I always have. You know, we use it a little bit here and there in like Color TV and some beers like that, but fit really nicely into this beer. It pairs super well with that Nectaron.
Yeah, just real peachy citrus, just really nice. Just like dank stone fruit. Get a little bit of that like rich berry from the Enigma.
This is nice. It's got a lot of depth to it. From the hop profile is just like, you could probably smell this thing all day and find some different flavors in there. White gummy bear, peachy rings.
White gummy bear, you're so right.
Yeah, I like that a lot. What is it? Is this one's 6.5, 6.6% ABV?
Yeah, figured, you know.
That's a sweet spot right there. I could drink a lot of that.
When you're on vacation, you know, you gotta crank it up just a bit, you know.
Vacation beer.
Yeah. If you're getting on like an 18-hour flight or something, you know, you might need a
little more octane.
little teaser for you.
Yeah, I can dig that. Aussie Eddy is the name of it.
Aussie Eddy.
They are, but he's got so much energy.
In the words of Devin the Dude, if kids just say no, then there's mo for me.
12-pack's going to be hitting the streets any minute now and should be available statewide. But if you're watching this video, it should be out there and available to you. So.
And we are excited for you. I mean, I know we're laid back in the chairs, so it's like hard to see our excitement, but we are excited.
I think we're two pretty laid back guys to begin with, so now that we're truly laying back, like might be too laid back.
That's once we get to take 14 here, I think that's where we'll be in our sweet spot.
Well, I'm gonna dig to the bottom of my 12-pack and see if there's anything else. Oh yeah,
It's like a pyramid. Just keeps falling down.
Got a shout out to Drew here. Drew does our graphic design work, and he did all the art on this pack, and like the 12 packs is so fun. And then this experimental Eddy can is just great. I love it. Little neon feel there. Kind of looks like that crescent sign over at the new Des Moines Big Grove. Actually, got that pink neon feel to it. Yeah, this is the newest of the new. So this is we call this the experimental Eddy. And this is an opportunity for us as a brew crew to just really push the limits and try out some new process, new ingredients. And we found a few to put into this.
I think we had at least one conversation where we're like, are we putting too many new exciting things in at once? And I think there was a resounding nah. You know?
I mean, we had a plan kind of locked in, and then I got an email from our main hop supplier, Yakima, and they had this new release. It's actually a blend of hops, but they took Citra Mosaic and Simcoe Cryo hops, and then also this new product called Phantasm, which is like it's a Sauvignon Blanc grape skin byproduct. And they mixed it all together, and then we added it to the whirlpool of this beer, and it just, combined with the yeast we used, just unlocks just amazing aromatics. And maybe you can speak a little to the yeast involved here. But
Yeah, so there's kind of a whole wave. You're probably seeing it. You're probably wondering why Saz is in people's IPAs now, but we're using a thiolized yeast strain called Cosmic Punch from Omega. Omega Yeast Labs, we really like those guys, and just a whole crazy world. I mean, if you would have told me 6 months ago we'd be putting, ground up New Zealand grape skins, and we put Calypso and Hallertau middle fruit in the mash, to pass bound thiols down to become aroma compounds. Like, when have you ever put Hallertau middle fruit in an IPA mash? Like, it's just that, and then we were playing around with Hopsteiner Salvo, so we got some Lotus and some Calypso Salvo in there, so just really cool. I think there was a time in brewing where you talked about like hop extract, and it was just this really bitter tar. It wasn't high quality. It wasn't something you wanted to.
It was all for bitterness at that point too, right? The aromatics of it were just gone, so it wasn't really worth anything other than bitterness adding IBUs. They've gotten better at it and found some really fun results there.
Yeah, no, just really cool that they can kind of like take the bittering properties out of it, but keep all the flavor for you.
Yeah.
I really think the same compounds in Calypso, the Calypso hop that kind of feed into those aromas, those thiols, I think they're coming through in that product as well. So that's a really exciting development for us. I think dry hop was Citra, Simcoe, and New Zealand Motueka, I believe, or Motika, depending on. Talked to multiple New Zealanders that told me different pronunciations.
Yeah, I mean this one to me is it's really the juice bomb in the pack. Like, just a lot of crazy citrus notes and real juiciness to it. Low bitterness level.
Like a big papaya thing. It's got like a real cotton candy grape type thing for me,
that's perfect, yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know, like, this is one of those beers for me, like, I end up like accidentally way too far into it because I'm like,
just gotta get more.
Yeah, I'm just like, there's like a little bit of like baseball card pack bubble gum, but there's a little bit, just got so many interesting flavors.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were both really stoked with how this pack came out. Like, got some really solid offerings that you probably know, and both of these new ones came out just fantastic, and they're pretty different too, but they're both very drinkable and very tasty. This guy's a little stronger. I think it's at a little over 7% ABV. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's a fun little pack.
I would say the Aussie and the Experimental, they both have bubblegum notes, but they're like an entirely different bubblegum.
Yeah.
Like that's
just like, when I geek out on beer, I love putting beers next to one another. This would be one where I'd kind of get this pack and like open several of them and have them all going at the same time to kind of work through it and be like, what is that? What is that?
Bouncing around, yeah.
Trying to learn the hops a little bit and just figure out what's going on with each one.
Yeah, and Andy and Grant at BigGrove.com. You got any questions? You're a home brewer, you're a pro brewer. You want to come hang out in our backyard with us and drink beer?
There's plenty of chairs out here.
Yeah, so. Fire up the old internets. Clearly, you figured out a QR code, so you're more advanced than maybe we are.
You made it this far, yeah. Good, man. Well, that's good stuff there. Excited to send this out on the streets, and nice work on the beers. Cheers to that. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.